everyone, and welcome to Boss Advisory. Today we are going to find out why these three businesses are booming this year 2022 after COVID. One of the most unpredictable periods of the millennium is currently upon us. The coronavirus pandemic has altered how we socialize, make investments, make purchases, and most significantly, conduct businesses. There is no question that this isn't just a temporary slowdown in the economy. This goes beyond that. This is a time of transition. This video's primary objective is to broaden your understanding of the significance of the change, the tendencies that will endure, and how to adjust to them. Finally, I'll provide you with critical information on the industries that are likely to take off in the coming months, especially in 2022. I'll also explain why this pandemic and recession vary from previous ones. Think about how society would have seemed in the past 15,000 years. We have two people that are at the start of the Middle Ages. First, there is a nobleman, while the second individual is a typical craftsman who makes and sells swords for a living. Which one do you believe has greater sway then? It is obvious that the aristocratic figure is more powerful, and this is just a result of his birth into the appropriate family. And that's still the deciding factor today. Owning a lot of assets might mean the difference between leading a happy life and one that is miserable. There were three classes of individuals in the medieval society: the priests, the aristocracy, and the farmers. Additionally, they held the view that maintaining the separation and staying in the social class of your birth was crucial for maintaining the balance in society. As a result, it is nearly impossible for someone to rise from a low position in society to a higher position. If you were born a noble, you would live that way and have those rights, and if you were born a peasant, you would live that way your entire life. In those days, the class you were born into determined your status for the rest of your life. But in modern days, it isn't the case. Even if you start out with nothing, becoming wealthy and prominent is now simpler than ever. And practically all millionaires in our culture fit that description. For instance, Credit Suisse estimates that there are 18.6 million millionaires in the US, and 80% of them are self-made, first-generation millionaires according to Instopedia. Therefore, only 20% of millionaires in the United States inherited their fortune. The other 80% created their own wealth. In the contrast of the Middle Ages, when a person's wealth was mostly determined by their ownership of property and title deeds, information is the ultimate moneymaker in this century. It obviously follows that the individual who has the most knowledge and information and takes action will prevail. Therefore, even in times of global adversity, some people will profit greatly simply because they have access to more information than the majority of people. And if you comprehend and use this idea, you can become one of those individuals. However, where do you receive all of that knowledge? There are numerous sources you can and cannot trust, but your aim should be to look for unbiased information that you can act upon. Now, isn't that a $1 million question? And the objective of this video is to provide you with the fundamentals of that knowledge. Before we begin though, please give this video a big thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm and leave a comment below with your suggestions for the next video we should do. Reasons people buy. The key to business success is meeting a customer's need or desire. Regardless of the sector or particular niche someone is in, if they are successful, they are satisfying a need. In other words, companies with a large customer base solve an issue that many people have. And the more urgent the problem, the greater the demand. Therefore, it is clear why people buy. They act in this way to satisfy an urge or need. You must purchase a ticket in order to see a movie. You'll need to acquire a blender if you want to produce great milkshakes at home, and so on. You must comprehend one of the most crucial tenets of economics, the law of supply and demand, in order to comprehend why the businesses I'm about to name will soar next year. This was discussed in class, but regrettably, many teachers make it exceedingly dull and lengthy. As a result, I'm about to summarize for you in a few minutes what my teacher spent weeks explaining to me. The supply and demand principle. Supply is essentially what companies are willing to offer at a specific time and price, while demand is what consumers are willing to purchase at a specific moment and price. You are on the supply side. For instance, if you are a writer and you want to sell your first book for $39. On the other hand, those willing to pay that price for your book are on the demand side. Now, the idea is rather straightforward. Imagine that you are a writer and that your book is excellent and that plenty of people want to buy it. In fact, so many people want to acquire your book that you might not have enough copies to satisfy everyone's needs. Additionally, because there is such a high demand for the book and you want to make the most money possible, you increase the price by $10, and it is now being sold for $49. However, because you raised the price, a lot of people no longer want the book. Because they now believe it is to be pricey, demand declines. In business, demand typically increases along with price because companies seek to increase their profits. However, demand decreases as price and supply rise. Demand and supply must be balanced in the ideal situation, and while everyone strives to reach that sweet spot, it rarely materializes. So when a company introduces a product, they typically conduct extensive research and testing to determine the greatest price they can charge while still having a respectable demand for that particular product. If you give it some thought, the stock market is similar. The value of a stock increases when many people desire to purchase it. Of course, there are also a number of other factors besides price, demand, and supply that affect inventories. But grasping this fundamental idea and bearing it in mind when making business decisions can significantly alter the outcome. First, business, logistics and package delivery this year 2022. The logistics market is anticipated to grow to a value of $12.2 trillion, according to Valuate's report. Although logistics and parcel delivery are significant industries with room to grow, there isn't much discussion of them on YouTube. In essence, the business concept consists of delivering goods and collecting payment for each item supplied. Since carrier enterprises heavily rely on economies of scale, delivering 100 products to the same location results in a far better income to expenditure ratio than delivering only one. Customers could include businesses that require those things to run or regular people who shop online. Clearly, despite the epidemic, this market will thrive. In fact, it will expand even more quickly. This is inevitable given that more and more individuals choose to buy goods online than through more conventional means, such as brick-and-mortar businesses and shopping malls. Prior to the pandemic, few people trusted online buying, but because of the pandemic's impact on new health rules, businesses were compelled to use the internet to serve and attract customers. Most people had just two choices: go outside and run the danger of being sick, or remain in your home and rely on internet purchasing. And because the majority of individuals opted for the second choice, they learned about the convenience of online purchasing. I have not returned to conventional shopping as a result. Furthermore, this is a trend, rising everywhere on the planet due to an increasing number of businesses closing down historic brick-and-mortar retail establishments, deciding to concentrate on serving their customers online. It's quite remarkable that you can get nearly anything online and have it delivered right to your door with a few clicks. And that's the way things will be in the not-so-distant future. The lockout has simply accelerated the shift from traditional to internet purchasing. Here are a few things to think about if you're considering entering this field. You will compete against a lot of people, so know who your customers are. Which delivery method, from business to customer or from business to business, will you use? There is a lot of competition, so you must find a method to innovate. Therefore, rather than just being a standard delivery company that operates in the same manner, try a novel approach. Consider companies like Delta Airlines, which is introducing a brand new initiative dubbed Delta Clean, a new standard of aviation cleanliness today and always, reads the tagline. All aircrafts will go through specific sanitation and health safety testing. Therefore, if you're prepared to put in extra effort and offer a delivery option with this kind of safety as the primary benefit, along with speedy delivery certainly, you'll succeed both now and next year. However, if shipping merchandise isn't quite your thing, go on to the next one. Business number 2. Related to health and hygiene. Before the pandemic, shaking hands, holding hands, and hugging friends were all completely acceptable social behaviors. People are now, however, extremely cautious about making physical contact with anyone. Everyone, or at least the majority of individuals, abides by the social distance norms and maintains their sanity at all times. With everything going on, it should come as no surprise that a lot of companies utilize safety as their main selling pitch to persuade customers to use their services or purchase their goods. For instance, if you own a restaurant, I'm very certain you want to abide by safety regulations and that you want your tables to be immaculately clean and sterilized. All of this is done to make sure that customers aren't frightened when they enter your business. To gain a competitive advantage at this point, you might even wish to promote the fact that your restaurant is cleaner and safer than any other restaurant. A restaurant will need assistance if they want all of this to happen, and that's when you appear out of nowhere with a polite phone call informing them of the benefits of using your cleaning and sanitizing services. When launching such a firm, it's critical to keep in mind what clients are seeking. In addition to maintaining cleanliness, they also hope potential customers would perceive them, particularly in the tourism industry. Therefore, in addition to cleaning services, you also must give businesses a plan for launching securely and publicizing the upcoming changes. There are still numerous firms asking for this service, not only in tourism. And with the appropriate innovation, this is a significant market demand that still must be met correctly. Are you going to solve the issue? Third company, a social media marketing firm. A social media marketing agency is nothing more than an advertising firm that concentrates on driving sales for companies using a variety of strategies and campaigns on the most popular platforms. Additionally known as SMMAs, all these agencies have emerged as a result of the epidemic, which has caused many businesses to want to move to the internet. I'd even describe it as a trend because there are so many. Therefore, this probably isn't the best moment to launch a social media marketing company, simply because the level of competition is crazy. However, the market has a lot of potentials, and getting started doesn't even require a big investment. So if I were thinking of creating such a business, I would wait till the fad subsided before doing so. For two fundamental reasons, the majority of these newly established enterprises will fail. Number 1, they lack expertise and experience. Additionally, they lack motivation and will give up too soon. If you're serious about starting an agency, you should start learning about marketing right away. Acquire the necessary abilities and launch the business when the moment is appropriate. Please let us know in the comments if you would like additional information about a very specific social media marketing agency plan. Let us know if you're interested and we'll get it done right away. I've already met several of these men, both successful and unsuccessful, and I've come to my own conclusion about what works and what doesn't. Being constantly educated is the most crucial thing you can do right now to boost your business game. I'm not referring to news, dreck, and pointless stuff. I'm talking about true knowledge that will be helpful and essential to your success. You're actually in luck because we've made a commitment to this channel to provide all aspiring millionaires, professionals, and business people with extremely beneficial stuff. Boss Advisory is for you if you're looking for the correct mindset and ability to earn more money and live a better life, happier life. If you are willing and interested to know more of another business that allows you to make profitable money online or right from the comfort of your own home, and as a matter of fact, you can take it with you anywhere you go, make sure to click the first link down below to find out. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching Boss Advisory. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe Give this video a big thumbs up and hit the bell so you get notified on every new incredible content we make for you. Have a wonderful day and see you on the next one.